Hello, everybody. I'm up here thinking about my mother. A mother is a son's first true love. And a son is his mother's first true love. When you lose a mother, that's something you never get back. You'll never get your mother back. You'll never get them telephone calls. Just call and see how you doing, son. Oh, Mom, good morning, Mom. I'm coming over to get some breakfast for you, Mom. I remember so much. My mother passed 2001. It's just like yesterday. And when she passed, half of me went with her. And the days that I go through, some struggling days, sometimes that people don't know what I be going through, that's when she come and play. That's when I say, I miss my mother so much. Because one thing I can say out of anything, out of anybody, my mother's the only one that understood me as the only son. The only one understood me. I miss them days, especially when the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Thanksgiving, my mama be in the kitchen cooking and family gatherings, everybody was all together. Family not the same no more like it used to be. But I just miss my mother, the Christmas time, holidays, birthdays, just any day I just miss my mother, Miss the conversation that we had, some conversation that is just between me and my mother, She made me the man that I am today. So when people tell you a woman cannot raise a man, that is a bold-faced lie, because my mother did by me. Look at me. This is my mother product right here. I took all her advice. When it looked like I was going the wrong way, she called me inside her room. We call it kangaroo court. Sit my behind down, and she told me, "You're my only son I got out there. Anything that happened to you is no more. So whatever you're doing out there, cut it out." And I did. Because I looked at my mother get emotional a little bit about my little situation I had one time when I was a teenager. And she's the one that told me, when I had an apartment, and outside that apartment, the man said, "You can't put the air conditioner in the window, you can't do this, you can't put I couldn't do nothing." My mom said, "You mama, come on back home, son." One thing about a mother to her kids, we all left the house at one time. We all came back to regroup. My mom's door was always open. No question asked. You need no explanation. She would find room in her house for her. That's a true mother. And I always respect my mother. Never disrespect my mother. I just miss them days. She used to love going to play bingo. I used to go with her sometime. That's the only time we was riding the bus. And then when I started driving, I used to drive her to bingo. And I would pick her up, whatever the situation is. Anything to make my mother happy, I'm happy for her. So I'm going through my little changes that we go through. A lot of people grieve differently. Some people keep in with themselves. And I do. But I just want to let that out there. But if you have a mother out there, love your mother. Hug your mother for any kind of reason. Just call up and say, "Mom, I love you." And she asks you for what? "Because I love you, Mom." They go through so much. They put food on our table. Make sure we eat. Make sure we going to school, we have warm coats and clothing. And behind the closed door, you don't know what mothers be going through. During a struggling time, you don't know what mothers go through. And sometimes parents keep things to themselves. I'm so grateful for my mother. I'm so grateful for my mother. I miss her so dearly. And I know she's up there looking down at me, and I know she's proud of me the way I turned out to be. I was the man that always worked. Never asked for no hand-me-downs. Never asked nobody for nothing. I always was the man. True man from the beginning until now. And so I had jobs at time where I go there, they say, call me, we'll call you, but don't call. They'll call me, but don't call them. So you know what I mean? You ain't get the job. My mother was the first one that got me my first job, working on Play Street. Right on, I believe, on Marshall Street, 6 and Marshall, around Marshall Street. Near that Temple Church. She got my first start. I grew up in, even though people don't understand, I lived in North Philly, but I grew up in West Philly. I was born in Philadelphia General Hospital. I went to McMichael School. We moved from Halford Avenue, I think it was 37 Halford Avenue. We lived on 39th and Ashland Street, 36 and Halford. And I think I was about maybe 12 years old, 12, 13 years old when we moved to Philadelphia, in North Philly. We moved on 6th and Berks. I went to Ferguson Elementary School. And I believe I was in the 4th grade, and I graduated in the 6th grade. My teacher at that time was Miss Spicer. It was 2 Miss Spicers. It was a mean one. I thought it was a mean one. It was a nice one. I had the mean one. She was mean, but I think what she did, the discipline, she had this little paddle she used to hit us. That's when they had school district Philadelphia, school of education on a paddle where they was allowed to hit us. You know? And I said, wow, she said, man, that thing was hard. So I think she made us better kids too. Because that's the time when your teacher beat you, your neighbors beat you, they take you home to your mama, then if you do something wrong, your mom or your dad will whoop you, or whoever. So that made us better kids back in the days. Moving on. Then I went to Penn Treaty Junior High School. They had me doing 2 classes in one. I was doing 7th, 8th grade at one because the school that I worked at in McMichael in West Philly, they never had my grade that when I was going in the 4th grade. So when I was in Ferguson, they never put me in my right grades. So when I went to Penn Treaty, they did two grades out of 1. And I graduated out of Penn Treaty Junior High School. I was in a program called Drive. That's down in the basement where they had all the bad boys at. You know, it was all boys. We had our Drive Dragons like that. They used to move the chairs back and let us fight it out. They didn't play. I remember Mr. Richter, Mr. Mallory, and Mr. Mayweather. They was the teachers. Good memories. And then from then on, I graduated there. Then they said they graduated me to Edison High School at 8th and Lehigh. I was in the 10th grade, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th grade. And I graduated in the 12th grade. I graduated in 77. It was all boys schools at the time. All boys school. Nothing but gangs up there. All kind of gangs. Oh my God. It was like, look, we had to deal with the gangs, okay? And they were no joke. And then matter of fact, I used to walk to school from 6th and Berks to 8th and Lehigh. In the rain, sleep, snow. We ain't had no snow days. We ain't had no rainy days like they do now. They get rainy days a day. They say, oh, the kids can't go to school. It's raining. It's too cold. It's too hot. I mean, all kinds of excuses when the kids. That's why the kids don't learn enough. That's why a lot of these young kids today is so very disturbing. They ain't learn anything out of the public school system. So I left out there and started my job routine, looking for a job. And the first real job I got worked at creative. Matter of fact, the first one I got worked for a school district in Philadelphia as an NTA. I worked at Stetson Junior High School, Kensington, Masbound, William Penn, started Flash, Hard Trap. I just to name a few, too many of them. So that's just some of my story I'm telling you. Then from there I went on, worked at Creative Book Company, and then I went on working as an NTA, and I did work at University of Pennsylvania for 34 years. My life, my story. Hope y'all like it. Just Smiley, one love. Peace. That's my story. Thank you, Mom, for being a good mother. It all happened because of you. I love you, and I miss you dearly. Peace.